Hey everybody, welcome to the video. My name's Steve, and if you're new to these videos, they're all about me giving back information about my Porsche ownership experience. However, I just wanted to do a little video showing you something that I've found on the Porsche website that is about to change or could be about to change, and it might be interesting to some people out there. So while I was doing research for some of the other videos, I was looking into the configurator, and I found that when I went on there, I accidentally found myself on a brand new layout. Now, I realized quite quickly that although I was a bit mesmerized by the new pictures, there was no prices there, so I could see that it was either like a live test of it or them starting to integrate it into the new website features or something along those lines. So as you can see, I've brought this up, and this is the current configurator, and we've got the information down the right hand side with a fairly large picture here, and we've also got the total price at the top. As you can see, if we scroll down on the right hand side, at the moment it's got all the options as 0 for all the standard inclusions. I'm using the 718 Cayman GTS 4 litre because that is the car I am waiting on at the moment. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a little comparison side by side using this one. So all of these information bits of down the right hand side are in drop downs. Currently you move through each section. As you move through each section, you could see that the picture on the left hand side was changing. And then when you get to the bottom there, you get the options for final summary, and you go through and it gives you this total up page of what the costs are and what you've optioned, and then you can generate your Porsche codes at the bottom along with all the usual bits to save and print, etc. So if I take you over to the other window, there you go. This is the changer configurator that I accidentally fell into. If we take a look at the domain at the top, you can see that it's got a slightly different domain when we go in. So they've obviously got it on a different section of the website, so it must be a live test, I guess. So hopefully this isn't the complete final layout, but if it is, this is what it might look like. So the pictures freeze and stay at the top as you go down, and you can see as I'm scrolling down the page there, they've returned to a more dealer style brochure picture layout for the options. And as you can tell underneath all of them at the moment, there is no pricing structure there. So at least I think this is a better way of doing it, and as you can tell, the picture at the top changes as you move on to each section as it does on the old one. But you can see at a glance what you're kind of clicking on before you even add it, so you don't really have to go through trying them all to see them on the big picture at the top. You can kind of see what it looks like before you get there. That was always a feature I loved of the catalogues. They kind of look like they're bringing it back here at the configurator, and I think it's a little bit more interactive. They've also decided to put all of these color charts on as a bit of a group underneath each one in small blocks, rather than, if we look at the back, you can see the larger blocks here. Same there. So I'm not sure about this. I think it's going to grow on me if this is what they're changing to. But what you'll find is, if you come straight down to the bottom and you go past all of this, which is quite a long list compared to the drop downs on the other version, you end up with this summary feature where it gives you some nice big pictures, and then it drops down to give you the option to see the standard equipment, the technical data, and then below it gives you your configuration. What seems to be missing at the moment is they've got a save and a load configuration. If I click on save, you can see that what it does is it brings up a pop-up. Now that pop-up is just a copy to paste for the code, and then you can copy and paste that. But it doesn't seem to give you the option at the moment, whether they're putting it back or not, I don't know, to save or print. Because if we go back to the other version and you head down to the bottom and then you see show summary, you do have this option here to do a print. Now if we go to print and we pick up the optional equipment as an example, when we hit print and then we open the file that they give us, you can see that they give you the generic printout letter, and you go down there and you've got your Porsche code as part of it. So depending on what you clicked on, you've got different things. But if you just go with the basic, this is the option list that you could add and print out. And you used to be able to print this, and by the looks of things, at the moment, they're not giving you that option on this new configurator. But just out of interest, I'm going to quickly go through and I'm going to configure my car as I've ordered it and see what it looks like at the bottom. So there you go, that's my model completed. We've reached the bottom, so let's see what these pictures look like. So there we go. So yeah, they're still pulling up the same pictures that they've got on the other configurator, and it does sort of give a different layout and a different insight. You can see all angles from the car at the same time there. And then at the bottom we're going to get the summary. So I've shrunk the web page down so it's narrower to give you a dynamic view. It's sort of how it would look on a mobile or a tablet, and yeah, I think that probably works quite well on mobile and tablet. If we take a look at the other one, you can see it's a very similar style layout when it comes to this, but they're not seeing a fixed picture at the top there. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether this is a new version that's going live, because I don't know whether it's an improvement. I like some features of it, I don't like other features of it, but let's see what happens and see if this is what goes live, because I think I've stumbled across it by accident. But there's an insight for anybody that's looking at doing their car. You might find that at some point this pops up, and that is going to be the change that you are working with. If it's actually live in your region yet, just stick it in the comments below. It'd be interesting to know whether you're already working with this, because I couldn't get it to work on other regions, but this is the one I've stumbled across, so let's see if it eventually goes live.